What is going on, Scorpios? Butch Tarot here. I am going to do your 1 week read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. Yeah. Got a lot of thoughts swirling around in my brain. One of the things I was looking into the camera, and it's Movember, raise awareness for cancer, and I always try to grow a mustache. I'm sorry, but I just can't grow hair here, so it just doesn't look good. We're gonna do it anyway, because it's for awareness. So anyway, that's what I was thinking. So with all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what message do we have for Scorpios? Oh, shit. Wow. All right, Scorpios. I mean, I feel like the first thing we're seeing here, there's this incredibly strong connection. I'm seeing this incredibly strong connection between you and this other person. I mean, we start off with the Lover's card. But I feel like when this person... I mean, this is a very intense connection, and the reason why I say that with such certainty is I feel like you knew this person. Like, we have the Six of Cups, which is usually a past person. I don't think that's the case. I feel like, because we have the Three of Wands right next to that. I feel like you felt this person coming. Like, you felt it for a while. Like something was about to happen. This incredibly intense energy. And because you've been feeling this person coming, it almost feels like they're familiar. Like the stranger like the familiar stranger. I know that sounds weird. Let's get more into this because it'll make sense. Trust me. We have the Page of Cups, and like I said, I just feel like whether it was dreams or just some sort of intuition. I mean, we have the High Priestess. Like, you knew this person was coming. You didn't know when, but you knew they were. And what makes this connection even stronger is the fact that they felt it as well. From the very first moment you met this person, sparks were flying. You know, it's like everything came full circle and you were meant to be at this particular moment with this person at this particular time. Like it all felt like it was coming together. And like I said, when you met this person, I mean, there was this instant connection. You know, it was evident. Like you felt it. Like looking into this person's eyes and them looking into your eyes, it was familiar. You know, there's a lot of quick moving energy here, but there's also a lot of intense energy. It's a very physically driven connection, but it also has balance with that temperance. There's balance in it. And what I mean by that when I say balance in it is, yes, there's an intense connection. Yes, there's a lot of physical desire, but it's deeper than that. It's much deeper than that. I mean, I feel like very comfortable energy with this person very, very quickly. You know, being able to talk about anything and everything with this person. It's almost like you've known them your whole life, but you still, like I said, you just met this person. You know, it's that type of energy where it just kind of consumes you and it consumes them. You know, no secrets, no boundaries. I mean, we have this Eight of Swords in reverse, is that breaking down of that prison we've kept ourselves in. It's that energy of when you meet someone, you just feel like what's that saying? The stranger you recognize. That's what I feel like here. I mean, I feel like your cup's being filled. You know, I feel this comfort with this person. I mean, I don't know how else to put this. It's very natural. You know, it's fluent. It flows. You know, with the Ten of Cups, it's that very comfortable energy. Like I said, it's like you knew this person, but you just met. I mean, with this connection, we have the Two of Cups and the Ace of Cups. I mean, we got so much going on here. And like I said, it's very intense physically. Like you can feel this person literally undressing you with their eyes. But then they go deeper. And it's almost like that feeling of this person when they look at you, it's hard to continuously look at you because they're afraid at some point they may just fall in. That saying that eyes are the windows to the soul. I mean, this is what I'm feeling with this. With that Two of Cups, it's that strong bond. You know, it's like a soul bond with you and this person. And like I said, I feel like you've both been dreaming about this. And you'll just know it when you meet this person. There's not going to be any... If you haven't felt this yet, Scorpio, you haven't met them yet. Because there's no... What I'm seeing is there's no world that you wouldn't notice this. There's no way that you're not going to feel this. And like I said, with that Knight of Wands, it is a very impulsive energy, but it's like this draw to this person, like and they're drawn to you, like they just have to know you. They got to know more. They want more. They want more. And it's like almost like an addiction to you. But it's a great addiction. You know, with the Nine of Cups, having all your cups being filled, not just the physical ones, not the emotional ones, and not just the mental ones. You know, all your needs being filled. You know, filling up all the voids. It's a very healthy addiction. Now, the only thing I see that I would even consider a conflict. I mean, we have the Five of Wands. I feel like the only conflict here is how fast are we going with this? How deep are we going to go with this? How quickly is that going to happen? Like, I feel like there's going to be this internal struggle within the both of you of not wanting to fall in. Like I said, I mean, I feel like when this person looks at you, it's incredibly hard to hold back. It's incredibly hard. I mean, but don't let your imagination get the best of you. We had the Moon card. When I see the Moon card, I always think of this person standing out in the middle of this field, and on either side there's trees, and it's midnight. You know, you don't know what's going on over here. Anything can be going on in those trees. But we have that moonlight guiding us. And it's about trusting your intuition, like I said with the High Priestess. It's about giving in to these desires. And even though sometimes that can be scary, don't let your imagination get the best of you. I mean, we end this with the Fool. This is the beginning of a new journey, Scorpio, and it's going to be one hell of a journey. Like I said, meeting this person was no accident. I feel like it was all destined. That's why you felt them coming. That's why they feel familiar. You know, again, the stranger you recognize. Like, this energy is being felt from across the room, from across the street, from across your town, from across the world. It's that type of energy that you're just drawn together. And you may not understand it in the beginning. It may seem intense and it may seem almost too good to be true, but don't let that give you pause. Because what I see here is I don't feel like there's anything that tells me that this is not something. I'm not getting any red flags. Like I said, the only thing that I can see that would even be in the realm of caution is, like I said, it's just the unknown. And I'm full of quotes today because that quote, everything you ever want is on the other side of fear. There may be some fear because, and I don't feel like it's the fear of this person or the fear of you for them. It's the fear of the unknown. You know, and it will creep in from time to time, but I don't think there's a world where you don't know each other, where you don't fall into each other, and that's okay. And what I'm seeing is that's okay. I'm not seeing any red flags. You know, I like it. I absolutely love it, actually. Very intense, and I feel like that's just right up the Scorpio alley. You know, like I said, it's eye contact is going to be the beginning of this. Once you catch their eye, I mean, all we have is moving forward. Like I said, there's a lot of water, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. It's a lot of fire as well. I mean, we have a really great mix here. I mean, we have Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. We have Gemini and Aquarius as well. Like I said, if you met this person, you'll know who I'm talking about. If you haven't, you just haven't met them yet. But when you do, you'll remember me saying this. And in that, I have no doubt. You know, I always think about that as the stranger we recognize. You know, sometimes our souls know each other long before, you know, and a lot of times our souls know each other long before we even meet the person. You know, and it all seems so random sometimes, but then sometimes it's not random at all. Sometimes we want to think that life is so random. You know, sometimes we're in a place where we want to find the love of our life, but we're not ready yet. You know, and that's a good thing, because if we met the love of our life, the absolute one for us, at the wrong time, that could have catastrophic results. It's about meeting the right one at the right time. And everything, any other time other than that, just wasn't right. You know, a lot of people, they get to the point where they're like, I want to meet the love of my life. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. When you're ready, you'll meet them. Now, it's not always about you not being ready. Maybe that person isn't ready. We got to think about it that way. We got to think about it on the grand scale of it all. But I feel like when you're both ready, that's when you find each other. Sometimes we find each other early. You know, sometimes it just happens. And that's when it's important to grow into each other. That's when it's important to evolve together. And sometimes you meet that person when they're not necessarily ready, or you're not necessarily ready, because you needed them to move you forward. You know, that meeting them is the catalyst for some people. I know. I get real deep sometimes. But I've done a lot of thinking. I think about this a lot. I am so sorry. I do a lot of thinking about, you know, meeting people and emotional synchronicities and stuff. But anyway, I can go on forever. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.